few baseball teams carry the weight, glamour, and controversy of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Today, they are one of Major League Baseball's richest and most successful franchises, 9 World Series championships, a record 26 National League pennants, and a valuation that, by 2026, Forbes placed at $7.8 billion, second in MLB behind only the New York Yankees. But the Dodgers are more than a winning team with deep pockets. Their story runs through 2 cities, several eras of American life, and some of baseball's most important turning points. They helped reshape the sport through integration, built one of the game's most iconic stadiums, developed a reputation for elite pitching and rookie talent, and turned into a modern powerhouse capable of attracting global superstars. To understand the Dodgers is to understand how a baseball club can become part business empire, part cultural institution, and part symbol of reinvention. The franchise began far from Los Angeles. It was founded in 1883 in Brooklyn, New York, and joined the National League in 1890 as the Brooklyn Bridegrooms. Like many early baseball teams, its identity shifted over time, with different names reflecting local culture, press nicknames, and changing ownership. By 1932, the club had settled into the name Brooklyn Dodgers, a label connected to Brooklyn's busy streets and the people who supposedly had to dodge trolley cars. What mattered most was that the team became deeply tied to the borough. Brooklyn was not Manhattan, and that distinction shaped the Dodgers' personality. They represented working-class pride, neighborhood loyalty, and a fierce desire to prove themselves against more glamorous rivals. Long before Hollywood lights and Dodger Stadium sunsets, the Dodgers were a Brooklyn obsession, woven into daily life and carried by generations of fans who treated the club almost like family. The most important moment in Dodgers history, and one of the most important moments in American sports history, came in 1947. That year, Jackie Robinson debuted for Brooklyn, becoming the first African-American player in the modern major league since 1884. Robinson did not simply join a team, he broke baseball's color line in front of hostile crowds, opposing players, and a country still deeply segregated. The Dodgers' decision changed the sport forever. Robinson's courage, discipline, and excellence forced baseball to confront its exclusion of black talent and opened the door for future generations. His success also transformed the Dodgers' identity. They were no longer just Brooklyn's team. They became central to a national story about civil rights, opportunity, and pressure under public scrutiny. Any account of Dodgers' greatness has to begin here, because their legacy is inseparable from the barrier Robinson broke. During the 1940s and 1950s, the Dodgers were also defined by heartbreak, especially against the New York Yankees. Brooklyn and the Bronx were separated by only a subway ride, but in baseball terms the Yankees often seemed like an empire blocking the Dodgers' dream. The 2 clubs met repeatedly in the World Series, and the Dodgers lost their first 5 championship matchups against them. That made 1955 unforgettable. After years of coming close, Brooklyn finally defeated the Yankees and won the franchise's first World Series title. It remains the only championship the Dodgers won while based in Brooklyn. The victory was not just a sports result, it was emotional release for a fan base that had endured near misses and the phrase "wait till next year." For one season, next year finally arrived, and Brooklyn stood at the top of baseball. Yet just a few years later, the Dodgers left Brooklyn. Owner and president Walter O'Malley moved the franchise to Los Angeles before the 1958 season, ending 68 seasons in Brooklyn and creating one of the most painful relocations in sports history. For Brooklyn fans, it felt like a civic wound. For Major League Baseball, it was a sign of the sport's westward expansion and its pursuit of new markets, new stadium opportunities, and larger audiences. The Dodgers played their first 4 Los Angeles seasons at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, an unusual baseball setting because it had been designed for football and track, not MLB dimensions. Still, the move instantly changed the franchise's future. Los Angeles offered scale, sunshine, celebrity, and growth. The Dodgers were no longer a borough team. They were becoming a West Coast institution. The transition to Los Angeles could have been awkward for years, but the Dodgers found success almost immediately. In 1959, only their second season in California, they won the World Series. That title helped convert a new city into a baseball city and gave the transplanted franchise instant credibility. Then, in 1962, the Dodgers moved into Dodger Stadium, which became one of baseball's most recognizable homes. Built into the hills of Chavez Ravine, the stadium offered dramatic views, a clean modern design, and a setting that felt distinctly Los Angeles. It also became a foundation for the franchise's identity, stable, stylish, and built for huge crowds. Dodger Stadium was not just where the team played. It was part of the brand, a place where baseball merged with Southern California atmosphere and where generations of fans would experience the team's rise. In the 1960s, the Dodgers became known for elite pitching, especially through Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale. Their dominance helped the team win World Series titles in 1963 and 1965. This era shaped the idea of the Dodgers as an organization that could develop and rely on extraordinary arms. Koufax, in particular, became a near-mythic figure, overpowering, precise, and brilliant in the biggest moments. Drysdale brought intimidation and durability. Together, they gave Los Angeles a championship identity rooted in run prevention and postseason nerve. The Dodgers also had earlier pitching excellence in Don Newcombe, who in 1956 became the first player to win the Cy Young Award and be named National League MVP in the same season. Across eras, the message was clear: if you wanted to understand Dodgers' greatness, you had to start on the mound. Another defining Dodgers pattern has been the arrival of young stars who immediately changed the franchise's energy. No example captures that better than Fernando Valenzuela in 1981. As a rookie pitcher, Valenzuela became a sensation, inspiring what became known as Fernandomania. His delivery, poise, and success electrified fans, especially in Los Angeles's Mexican-American community, and broadened the team's cultural reach. That season, he helped lead the Dodgers to a championship and became the only player ever to win the Cy Young Award and Rookie of the Year in the same year. The Dodgers' rookie tradition goes far beyond Valenzuela. The franchise has produced 18 Rookie of the Year winners, twice as many as the next club, including 4 straight from 1979 to 1982 and 5 straight from 1992 to 1996. For decades, reinvention through youth has been part of the Dodgers machinery. The Dodgers' 1988 championship added another chapter to their underdog mythology. That team was not viewed as the obvious favorite, yet it upset heavily favored opponents in each postseason series. The title is remembered as one of the great surprise runs in modern baseball and made the Dodgers the only franchise to win multiple World Series championships in the 1980s. This matters because the Dodgers' identity is not only about spending power or star names. It is also about moments when they defied expectation. Across their history, the franchise has been both powerhouse and challenger, both glamour team and gritty spoiler. The 1988 title reinforced the idea that Dodgers' postseason history often turns on drama, dominant pitching, unlikely heroes, and the belief that a team with the right timing can overturn predictions. Behind the success, the Dodgers' ownership story has been turbulent. The O'Malley family controlled the team for 48 years and oversaw the move to Los Angeles, the building of Dodger Stadium, and decades of stability. That changed in 1998, when the club was sold to Rupert Murdoch's Fox Group. In 2004, Frank and Jamie McCourt bought the Dodgers, but their tenure became defined by financial strain and a highly public divorce. The team's debts grew serious enough that Major League Baseball took over day-to-day operations, and the Dodgers filed for bankruptcy protection in 2011. For a franchise with such prestige, it was a stunning low point. But it also set up a dramatic reset. In 2012, Guggenheim Baseball Management purchased the club for $2.15 billion, then the highest price ever paid for a North American professional sports franchise. Under Guggenheim ownership, the Dodgers entered a new era of financial strength, front office sophistication, and consistent contention. The club made 12 postseason appearances in a 17-year span and eventually ended a long championship drought in 2020. That title carried unusual context because it came during a shortened, disrupted season, but for the organization and its fans, it still represented the end of decades of October frustration. By this point, the Dodgers had become a model of modern baseball power, deep player development, aggressive acquisitions, analytics-driven decision-making, and the revenue base to pursue elite talent. Their historical record also reflected long-term strength. From 1884 through 2025, the franchise stood at 11,525 wins, 10,137 losses, and 139 ties, a .532 winning percentage. Since moving to Los Angeles, their winning percentage was even higher, showing how consistently competitive the franchise became in California. The modern Dodgers reached another level when two-way superstar Shohei Ohtani joined the team in 2024. Ohtani was not just another free agent signing, he was a global baseball phenomenon, a player whose pitching and hitting abilities made him one of the most unique athletes in the sport's history. With Ohtani, the Dodgers won consecutive World Series titles in 2024 and 2025, a repeat not seen in MLB since the Yankees' three-peat from 1998 to 2000. That achievement placed the Dodgers firmly in the center of baseball's present, not just its past. It also showed how their appeal had become international. The franchise that began in Brooklyn moved west and grew into a multi-billion-dollar giant had become a destination for the sport's biggest stars and a symbol of baseball's global future. What makes the Dodgers exceptional is the combination of history, talent, rivalry, and reinvention. They have produced 13 National League MVP winners, 8 pitchers who combined for 12 Cy Young awards, and a rookie legacy unmatched in MLB. Their rivalry with the San Francisco Giants has lasted more than a century, beginning as a New York City crosstown battle between Brooklyn and Manhattan-rooted fan bases, then transforming into a California cross-state feud after both clubs moved west. That rivalry connects eras and geography in a way few sports rivalries can. The Dodgers' story contains heartbreak in Brooklyn, transformation in Los Angeles, Jackie Robinson's breakthrough, pitching legends, ownership crises, and modern dominance. They are not simply a successful baseball team. They are one of the clearest examples of how a franchise can survive rupture, expand its identity, and keep winning across generations. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.